In this video, let's take a look at a business letter that's a cover letter for a job application. So we're going to have, you see, enclosure is a resume. So we're applying for a job here, and you have the standard format, Dear Miss Smith, or it could be the job title like Dear Hiring Manager. The more you know about the person, the better. So the more personable it is, the better. People look for it, that they look for that you made some research, right? You did some research, and you're not just blindly sending resumes. And you start with the obvious from and the date. The thing I added here is your phone number and email, because you definitely want them to be easily able to reach you. And then let's discuss the body of this message. The first one is an introduction. You want to impress them. My name is Alex Kinodinik. That by itself is not impressive. That's just an introduction. But the next content is meant to impress them. I'm a software engineer with a bachelor's in computer science and over 5 years experience in the mobile app and e-commerce industries. And this is, of course, make-believe resume and cover letter, but we're assuming here that it's for that the job is for those industries, so it's relevant. And I would like to apply for the Android app developer position you have open. So obviously this is clear and exact. You might even say for the senior Android app developer position you have open, so that they maybe, if they have a few positions, they will know which one you want. In the second paragraph, you want to explain why you're so qualified. I've been developing apps like the one you described in your job description for over 2 years now. This sets that candidate apart because they don't just have the programming experience, they have the experience in that industry with that kind of app. The next bit, I've launched an app in this space which was downloaded over 100,000 times. This is a one-of-a-kind candidate. Now, I realize that if you're sending a cover letter, you're not going to have the kind of experience that I wrote here for every type of job, for every type of position. So in your case, you can always try to kind of bridge that gap and see what was it that you have done that is relevant here. And you can spin a lot of projects. You can kind of position them to look more or less like what the hiring manager might be looking for, because they explain that in the job description. So you can always make your experience a little more relevant to whatever the job is, even if it isn't super relevant. Now let's keep going. I believe that I could bring much more than just my programming skills to this position. I can also add industry experience, product planning experience, and years of interacting with real customers in the space. So this kind of a candidate really has a lot of additional skills on top of what most other applicants would bring, and it's your job as the writer of this kind of a letter to bring those forward, just in case that the hiring manager doesn't put two and two together and doesn't realize it on their own, because often they don't, because often they skim this and often they get a lot of cover letters and resumes. So you want to make sure that you really put forward your best attributes. And then you want to do the call to action. I'm attaching my full resume to demonstrate my experience with the programming, business, and creative problem solving you are seeking for this position. I look forward to hearing from you, right? So he tells them, go read the resume, and I look forward to hearing from you, meaning email me back. I kept it relatively brief. What you could also say is how interested you are in the position, because maybe you want to get into the apps, or you want to get into maybe e-commerce, or you want to get into some kind of other thing that this job will teach you, or you want to learn some skills that this job will teach you. So those are also the things that show that, hey, I have a passion for this, because it's also very important. So if you don't have great experience that might impress them with your eagerness and wanting to learn and passion for what they're doing, because they probably have some passion for what they're doing also. So that you might connect on that level. And the rest of the cover letter is essentially the same. Sincerely, you might want to add your signature here and then enclose your resume. And that's it.